True integrity ball. True integrity ball. True integrity ball to the fall. True integrity ball. Be ready for y'all. True integrity ball. This is true integrity ball. Hey, I'ma give you a few reasons to stay tuned. It's a new season. We the best in the region. They're not elite like our team is. We remain undefeated. We can't be beaten. We stay on the offensive. We so good at reading the defense. You can bet on us, put your bread on us, and said I trust. We running the game, but we not in the rush. What's there to discuss? We talking nothing but facts.
And welcome back to another episode of True Integrity Ball. I'm your host, Drew, here with my co-host, Sean.
Yo.
Man, today is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Went ahead and decided to record a bit earlier. We'll be just a bit busy these next few days. But on today's episode, we'll go over coaches that's potentially getting fired this season. We'll touch on Saquon Record Day, Miami Hurricanes weekly report, and then we'll give some betting picks for week 13. But right off the top, man, like I mentioned, we'll speak about coaches that potentially getting fired. Unfortunately, every season, probably 5 to 8 coaches, I'll say 20% of coaches often get let go. It's just a sad reality that happens every year in the NFL. So far, there has been 2 coaches that has been let go. Robert Saleh of the Jets, and then you have Dennis Allen from the Saints. And I guess, Sean, bro, I'm gonna list off potential. I'm not sure if you're gonna agree or not that more than likely they probably is gonna get let go at the end of the season. So I go with Matt Eberflus, from Chicago, Brian Daboll, Giants, Doug Peterson with the Jaguars, Antonio Pierce with the Raiders, Mike McCarthy with Dallas, bro. Any of those names catch your attention?
Yeah, you said for Chicago, right?
Yes, sir. Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, he out of there. He shouldn't. He's gonna be the first one gone. McCarthy will be the second one gone. And I agree with everyone you said, bro. Like it's like I said, bro. You got to look at all the programs around NFL teams and franchises, and you have some in the bottom half and the top half, and
Go ahead, bro.
it's saying like recording my bad. All right, so yeah, I was saying Dan Quinn, you have these guys that have different situations and it's all about opportunity. So, we look at D'Amico Ryans, he left the 49ers the year before last. He gets a job with the Texans and gets them in the playoffs with a young team. And then you look at this year, you know, people are moved around and it's based on what the team is doing in personnel wise, bro. Every team's not gonna go on that run like the Belichick and have a 10-year run, bro. Uh, even the Eagles coach, he was on the hot seat last year, and even at the beginning of the season, he was on the hot seat for some of the things he was saying to the fans, and now they're on the 6-game win streak, I believe. So, it's up and down, bro. It's a long season, but certainly those coaches you mentioned are out of there, bro. It's no way in hell.
Only one I kind of feel like maybe they should not let go, man, is maybe Brian Daboll. I think he's another one of those offensive genius, man. He could definitely game plan and he could definitely call plays as well. But just an unfortunate situation was going on with the Giants. And it's just 2 names, bro, I'm gonna mention. You may or may not, they may not be as hot on the hot seat at the moment, but I'll say Zach Taylor and Tall Bowles. But unfortunately for Bowles, man, there's always rumbling throughout the season if they should be letting him go or whatnot. Even though Temple always steadily always winning, they may not be winning as in a dominant fashion, but they're definitely always rumblings about that. And with Zach Taylor and the Bengals, their season just not going the best, especially with having the damn near number one passer, number one receiver as far as statistics and shit. They got the sack leader as well, man. So to be ahead in all of those categories and to be losing all these one possession games, man, and you haven't, I don't think they reached back to playoffs since I ain't even gonna say the playoffs, but I don't think they have made any noise in the playoffs since they went to the Super Bowl, man. So those are two names that, just keep an eye on as well, bro. Gotcha, man. Yeah, like I mentioned at the top, man, it's just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate reality that, people are losing their jobs, their livelihoods and things like that. But that's just what goes down in the NFL. But next up, normally I guess we'll highlight a few players or whatnot coming out of week 12. And I guess the number one person that we definitely should highlight, is that boy Saquon Barkley, going crazy on the Los Angeles Rams, having 255 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and to top it off with 47 receiving yards as well. I believe it was a franchise record for the Eagles. I guess, most rushing yards in one game, man. And it's just a delight to see Saquon, man, behind an elite O-line and seeing his talent just blossom, man. Definitely seen the same thing when he was doing at Penn State. We definitely seen what he was doing at the Giants. We see that they tragically making that mistake of not paying Saquon and giving that money to Daniel Jones. We see how that's turning out. But it's definitely just a delight, man, to see Saquon go off like this, man. What's your thoughts on that, on his day, bro?
Yeah, the Giants, I know, is definitely scratching their head. But I don't know anybody in their right mind who didn't think, you know, he was capable of this. Sadly, that he had to go to the divisional rival.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the reason why they were my Super Bowl pick, picked to be in the Super Bowl, because I knew what that great offensive line, what he could do, and I saw what he did with the Giants with no offensive line. So
Yeah.
kind of knew this is what he could do, and if he gets to 2,000 yards, he's going to be the MVP.
Mm,
Um, it certainly looks like it. I want to say he might be second. I still have Lamar one, and Saquon, if he has a big game this week coming up, he can jump that. But yeah, certainly, definitely, might be the best stat line to me of the year.
yeah,
Uh,
no doubt.
yep.
And I guess I'll highlight another player, that boy Tua. I ain't gonna try to say his last name, but that boy went 29 for 40 on 317 yards, 4 touchdowns, and I believe the Dolphins got 3 straight wins at this moment. Just impressive to see, him coming off the concussion or whatnot, man, and as he continued to build on top of these games, man. He's looking really good. Everything is on time, and the Dolphins offense just is running on all cylinders at this moment, bro. Any other player or anything you want to
Yeah. I was
yeah,
just piggybacking off of Saquon because he definitely deserves it. But I got Josh Jacobs, man. 26
gotcha.
carries, 106 yards, and 3 touchdowns, bro. Really carrying the load. And I
Mm-hmm.
know that's about 4 yards a carry. I know it's kind of low on the 100-yard side, but again, that was a great San Francisco defense he did it against. And Jordan Love did not have the best of day. I don't think he went over 200 yards, even though he played a clean game. But Josh Jacobs certainly carried this Packers team to a win with those statistics.
Yeah.
Again, 3 touchdowns, bro. 100 yards, 4 yards a carry. I'll take it, bro.
I wonder
Definitely.
what as far as when Josh Jacob had won the rushing title, I wonder how on pace is he with that year, bro. Is he right on pace that he winning that title? Is
I
he
don't
is
think
he
so.
is he ahead that he was winning that title? So that would be interesting to see, man. But no, shout out to Josh Jacob, man. That boy has been balling this season.
Didn't
But
ball every season he been in, but yeah.
yeah. And I guess before we jump into week 13, we'll go ahead and give the Miami Hurricanes weekly report. Yeah, so the Miami had their last home game of the season, beating Wake Forest 42-14. Miami did start it off slow, allowing one offensive touchdown and then a kickoff return that was just coming off a pick six. But they did buckle down in the second half, putting up 22 points in the fourth quarter, now allowing a single point in the second half and securing another victory, man. What was your thoughts on the game, bro?
So I did not watch this game in full. I saw the highlights. I was taking the exam, so I definitely missed this
Yeah.
game. But the highlights that I saw, I mean, they got the win, bro. Defense looked like it was sharp. I saw, I think Powell with a pick six. He jumped the screen. Anytime you see a guy jump a screen, he definitely
Mm-hmm.
studied the film to anticipate that and know the formation they're in, so he can go ahead and jump that screen. So that was a great play, one of the best plays I saw by this defense this year. And just an impressive win, bro. One thing I do want to note, again, bro, this college football with the what is it? What's the term I'm looking for that they added? The NIL. This equalizes the playing field. If anybody doesn't understand what I'm saying, because players are getting paid, you can have 5 and 4 stars at a Vanderbilt, 5 and 4 stars at a Duke. Usually in previous years before the NIL, which would not happen. So the Bamas would stack 4 and 5 stars, and then they would redshirt, and then year 2 and 3 you got them coming in and they're playing, and they just rinse and repeat. Now you can no longer do that with the NIL. So you have these guys, these lower tier teams usually that we called before. Now everybody's equal. So just because Miami played Wake Forest tight, just want to point that out, bro. Any Sunday, any Saturday, it can definitely come out.
Yeah, definitely a lot of I guess parity is probably one of the words that you're looking for. A lot of more parity is coming to the college game, man. But as far as Miami on Saturday versus on Wake Forest, like in the beginning of the game, like I mentioned, they did start it off slow. We thought it was just going to be one of those games that it came down to the fourth quarter, like most of these games has been coming down to. But them boys made that second half adjustments, bro. And everything just started to defense started to tighten up. The offense was able to hold the ball a bit more, was able to run the ball a bit more efficiently, hitting some key third downs with Jacoby George, even Restrepo at times. But it was just a good game by them boys. And that second half adjustment was very impressive, man. And for them boys to put up 22 points and a shutout in the second half was definitely very what's the word I'm looking for, man?
Decisive, I guess.
Not even decisive. I was gonna say interesting, but interesting not the word either. Just a confidence builder for Miami, even though going into the last game of the season or whatnot, man. So hopefully they can go ahead and build upon this. Speaking of the next game, the boys got Syracuse coming up on Saturday at 3:30 on ESPN. The current spread, man, they like Miami by 11. I could say just watching Syracuse a few times this year, they will be a very tough opponent, well coached, playing in their building. So Miami cannot sleep at all, man. We need the defense to step up and show some kind of dominated performance, especially from the D line. We got to find some kind of equalizer playing in their building. They got that special turf and all that good stuff, man. So I think this is probably going to be our toughest game this season, man. What you think about this Syracuse game, bro?
I think it's gonna be the toughest game of the year, but
It
I
might be.
honestly think that Louisville game was the toughest game of the year, bro.
Okay.
And like I said, when you go through things, you battle tested. That California game and that Louisville game was
Mm-hmm.
the two games where we were battle tested, and we're prepared for this moment, and it's up to Mario Cristobal to have them
Mm-hmm.
ready, bro. The offense seems like it's usually always ready in the second half. I always say this, like they need to come out and play a complete game. start to finish, start fast, and the games usually won't even be close. We
Yeah.
down 10, 17 points, and we got to score 30 points in the second half to win the game. Imagine if you just start normal. It wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? So just, yeah.
Yeah, definitely gonna be interesting to see how Cristobal have the team ready, man. This probably could be especially if he end up winning the ACC championship, could be one of those signature victories under his belt. Going into Syracuse, at least trying to finish off the regular season with a one loss, man. Definitely could carry some momentum, especially going into the playoffs and the ACC championship, man. But definitely a solid season for them boys overall, man. And it's gonna be great to see them boys play on Saturday. I guess go ahead and just jumping back into the NFL. We are in week 13, and what are games you looking forward to, bro?
Eagles and the Ravens, bro. Those were my Super Bowl picks. So,
Yeah, that is
would like
true.
to see more so how the Ravens stack up against probably the to me the most talented roster in the NFL. I would like to see how they stack up against that. You're gonna play, this is probably the only team in the NFL where you have a premier top 10 player at every position you look at, skill position. You got a top 10 quarterback at Jalen Hurts, a top 2 running back at Saquon, and then to me a top 3 receiver add AJ Brown, and you have a top 15 receiver with Devontae Smith, and you could put Goddard in the top 10, and then you got a great defense, bro. Playing the best defense in the NFL right now, so definitely will be a great test for the Ravens, bro. Not more so for the Eagles. Again, Lamar is, I believe, he has one loss in his 7-year career against the NFC,
Mm-hmm.
which to me means nothing,
I
because
like that.
uh, it really
But
means
I
nothing,
could
bro.
mention this as a footnote, bro. That boy is going against Vic Fangio, and Lamar has been giving, especially when he was at Denver, Lamar has been giving
And
Vic
Miami.
Fangio hell.
And
So
Miami played the Dolphins last year, and
yeah,
they
yeah,
had I think they had the Dolphins winning. He put up 50 points against them. Vic
e- e-
Fangio defense.
exactly, bro. So definitely, that's gonna be interesting to see as well, especially how well the Eagles playing, man. Any other thoughts on the game that you was gonna say?
Yeah, just shit. I don't know if this will be Super Bowl
Preview.
implications or something. We'll see. I don't know I forgot who you picked to get in the Super Bowl,
I
but
picked Detroit and the Ravens.
okay.
Probably as far as I don't know, as I would say probably for playoff seeding and NFC. I know Detroit probably in the front seat probably for the first place, but I guess Philly can't afford to lose this game because I know they probably trying to go for that number one seed as well. And I guess the Ravens at this moment they're probably just gonna have one of those high wild card spots, bro. So that's the only thing I could think of. Just playoff
I,
seeding at this moment.
yeah, I'm hoping the Ravens don't get that 5th and 6th seed though, 5 through 7. I'm hoping they end up with the 3, and you know. I think the 2 is far fetched because you still got the Bills and the Chiefs ahead, but I think we're gonna beat Pittsburgh, and we've already beat Cincinnati, so I think we can end up with the 3rd. We just got to take care of business, but we'll see. We'll see. AFC is loaded, bro.
Yeah, definitely is, man. And I guess the game that I'm looking forward to, man, is actually I am looking forward to that Philly Baltimore game. I think everybody is. The game that I am is the Miami going to Green Bay. I know there's been like a narrative about Miami going into cold weather. I think there's only been like 2 of them played in like really 3 cold weather games or whatnot. And I believe he had one earlier this year with going up to Buffalo, which they played pretty well, man. I just want to see how Miami they continue to roll, if that offense can do something, man, because I know they're gonna try to get that narrative off their back as far as them playing in the cold. And Green Bay, they just on the roll as well, playing as one of the hotter team in the NFC, and I think that's gonna be definitely interesting game happening on Thanksgiving night. And I just guess moving on to our betting picks for week 13. And first segment, we got our player prop pick. Who you got this week, bro?
AJ Brown for over 94 and a half receiving yards, bro. AJ Brown's is going up against the worst ranked passing defense in the NFL, bro. And again, Chase within the last 6 weeks, Chase has went for 250 and I think 270 and 3 touchdowns against this defense. So I mean, anybody could get what they want. And when you got a top three receiver, in my opinion, I think he's gonna get 200 yards. So we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt. My player prop pick, I'm got that boy Justin Jefferson going over 79.5 yards. Honestly, I know Minnesota have been winning these past 2 weeks, but Justin Jefferson has been kind of quiet. So I think this week they're going to definitely get him involved going against Arizona, even though I know Arizona hasn't played no bad defense this year, man. But I just think Justin Jefferson gonna get his this week, and they're gonna definitely feature that boy as early and often. In our next segment, going to is our total score. We'll be providing over and under for a game. And this week, bro, I'm actually going with that Philly and Baltimore game, and I'm going with the under 51, man. I just think with the strength of the Ravens, with their rushing, and the strength of the Eagles with their rushing as well on the offensive side, man, I think it's gonna be like a great equalizer. I don't think Saquon gonna go crazy like how he has been doing. He gonna get his, but I don't think it's gonna be dominating. I think it's gonna be more of a defensive game. I think because I know Philly really hasn't played a defense like the Ravens, and the Eagles, they should be able to slow down Derrick Henry just a bit, man. So I just like a defensive game on both sides of the ball, a lot of running or whatnot. So I like the Philly and Baltimore game going under the 51, bro. Who you got this week, man?
Green Bay over 48. I like a shootout, even though the Packers have been playing great defense. I think they're gonna go back and forth. I really do. Bro. I think
Gotcha,
Tyreek
bro.
Hill, that's gonna be his breakout game of the year as well. And they're gonna trade points, bro.
You think I got a side question. You think I got 2 on my fantasy team, bro. You think I should start them this week?
Yeah. If anything, even if he play bad, they might be playing from behind. So I mean,
So you gotta throw the ball.
he gonna give you 300 yards, bro. He gonna
Shit,
give
I
you
need
300. I don't think they're gonna be able to run the ball on them, bro.
I
So I
mean
really do think they're
that's what
gonna be
I
up
was
on
I
them.
was thinking they finna go in the game and run the ball, going up in that cold weather. I think that's what
Yeah,
their first priority was
I
going to
think
be.
Green Bay is gonna put the emphasis on stopping that run. And then you gotta remember they do a lot of screens, bro. They're running backs.
Yeah,
A-Chain
that's
and
true.
Mostert get 6 catches from screens a game, bro.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
run
yeah.
hella screens, and the effective screens. So, I feel like you get some points. Effective
Gotcha.
points.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, like I said, should be an exciting game nonetheless. But moving on to our teaser section, where we'll give a team 6 points. And this week I'm going with Tampa Bay. I'm going to Carolina. They like them to beat them boys by 6 points. So we'll go ahead and bring Tampa Bay down, just winning the game outright with the 6. And the following team I'm going to go with is Jacksonville. They do play Houston. Them boys Jacksonville's coming off a bye, man. I know when teams coming off a bye, especially coming off a losing streak, man, they tend to normally play just a bit better, especially with this being a division game. I like at Jacksonville to at least keep the game close, man. So we'll bring Jacksonville from the +4 with the 6 to +10. And like I mentioned, man, we'd like Jacksonville just to keep the game close, man. So this week for my teaser, man, I'm going with Tampa Bay just to win the game outright. And Jacksonville with +10 points. And our next session we're going to go with is our underdog pick, the team that may upset. Who you like this week, bro?
I like San Francisco over Buffalo if Brock Purdy plays. If Brock Purdy doesn't play, then I don't think they have a chance. But this is a must win. Like last week was a must win, but they had no chance, bro, with no quarterback. If you don't win this game, you're not going to the playoffs. You still it's still kind of hard to get in the playoffs right now, but I think they'll have 7 losses. You're not getting in the playoffs, especially in that division. So it's do or die for them. So I think they could upset Buffalo, bro. Everybody is high on Buffalo right now, and
Hmm.
I remember what happened when I mean they beat the Chiefs. That's a great win, but I remember what Baltimore did to them, a few weeks ago, and not a few weeks ago, 5 6 weeks ago when they blew them out. So I know what can happen to Buffalo. So we'll see. I'm not high on Buffalo.
Gotcha, bro. That's definitely I was definitely looking at that game. I think that's the Sunday night football game, if I'm not mistaken. And the team that I'm going with this week, man, I'm going with the Jets. Over Seattle, man. They like Seattle to beat the Jets by 2 points, man. With the Jets just coming off their bye week, especially coming off those losses as well. I know they probably shit. I'm not sure if they even think about playoffs at this moment, man. But I know they just want to get back on track, get a win under their belt. I'm pretty sure they've been working these past 2 weeks to get things together, man. And Seattle, they just played Arizona last week, and I believe they got Arizona coming up the following week as well, man. So there's a good chance that Seattle may be looking ahead, and especially going to New York. And I think this would be a good spot for the Jets to go ahead and take this victory. And in our next segment, our lock of the week, bro. Who you going with this week, man?
I got Tyreek Hill over 62.5 receiving yards. They gotta get him going, bro.
Yeah,
I, I
shit,
don't
I
want to
think
say he's gonna get frustrated, but you saw Waddle get going last week, so I think it's gotta be a plan,
to get
to
Hill
get
going.
him. I mean, over 80 yards, bro. Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? I know
Gotcha.
you was trying to get Tua back in the groove, but this is one of the best receivers in the league of history. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's game plan or just the flow of the offense, or
right.
teams just playing. They bracketing Tyreek Hill, making sure that he is not getting the ball, but Tua is spreading that ball around, bro, and they, that offense is flowing. But I was gonna say that boy Tyreek Hill, I'm pretty sure you seen that boy all over Twitter and shit like that, saying that he want to join the fun and stuff like that. So I think they're gonna make an emphasis of trying to get him the ball as well, man. So definitely solid pick. And my lock of the week, man, I got Minnesota over Arizona. I just think it's a bad spot for Arizona, man. Minnesota always have a game at home where them boys just roll, no matter who they playing or whatever the case may be, especially being a 1 o'clock game. I like Minnesota, and I expect them boys to handle business, man. And any final thoughts, bro?
Um, a lot of interesting games, bro. I like these matchups this week. You mentioned the Dolphins and the Packers. I like the Bears. I mean, the Ravens and the Eagles. A lot of playoff implications on these games, bro. A lot of deciding factors as we get down to crunch time. December 1st is this weekend, so everybody knows the playoffs obviously starts in January. So we there. A lot of seeding and everything. This seeding definitely matters, bro.
Absolutely.
In the AFC, they like to say everything goes to Kansas City, and just think about it. What could be different if the Dolphins would have took last year serious when they played Buffalo twice. The Dolphins might have not had to go to Kansas City and play in
Mhm.
that negative 20 degrees. So just pay
Exactly.
attention to these games. All these games matter, bro. If like I said, if the Dolphins take those two Buffalo games serious within that 3 week span and they beat Buffalo, they
Mm-hmm.
don't have to go to negative 26 degrees and they
Yep,
probably
yep.
win the game. I'm pretty sure they beat Kansas City if they don't have to go to negative 26. So, um, you know, these games matter, bro. These
Uh,
games matter.
well, definitely understand what you're saying, bro. I'm pretty sure that these teams they understand that, and for the most part, man, you see these teams playing with a sense of urgency. Like we always say, bro, the season don't really don't begin until after Thanksgiving. So this is where the season starts, man. Man, but like I always say, man, I hope you guys should enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your turkey day tomorrow. Hope you guys have a good fantasy weekend, betting weekend. Shit, it is coming down to the end to that fantasy as well, man. So good luck to everyone, and we'll see you guys next week, man. Peace.
Yo, yo.